if you have a protective order against you, I know what those say, and I know what the judges and the magistrates tell you about that. No one can give you permission to violate that protective order. And if you guys were just talking about a visitation of your child, I wouldn't have a probable cause that has an allegation that there was 96 text messages, 47 emails, 9 voicemails left. All right, sir, are you Gabriel Cruz?
Yes, ma'am.
And we've got cause numbers 26 DCCR 0373. Mr. Cruz is charged with stalking. Cause number 26 DCCR 0374, charged with violating a protective order. And then cause number 26 DCCR 1060, charged with violating a protective order. And the state has filed a motion asking that I increase the defendant's bond. Hold on, I need to see what the bonds are in each case.
I believe they're
$100,000
In all 3 cases?
Well, individual, $100,000 in each individual.
300,000 total.
That's
Yes.
what I need to know.
Yeah.
All right. And has not made bond in any of those. Is that correct? Or he
He
has?
made bond in the first 2, and then he picked up the last new case, and he's in jail on that case. He has not bonded out on that charge.
And the last offense, it looks like, has that same offense date. It was just indicted on, at least on my docket. Let me look at
No, it's a different offense state. It's my understanding.
Let me look. Oh, okay. Hold on a second. Offense date. It's not, okay. It's not. So the offense date in that last one is March 1st of 2026.
That's right.
So 2 weeks or so after the first alleged offense of violating a protective order. Mr. Coleman, you may proceed.
Yeah, I filed a written motion. I have no doubt the court's reviewed it. I'll just hit the highlights, if I may, Judge. The criminal history, I just would ask that the court reevaluate the bonds in light of this defendant's criminal history that includes the conspiracy to possess or distribute cocaine out of the federal court, 2010, unlawful carrying a weapon, Jefferson County, 1994, possession of controlled substance, 1998, an adjudication for possession of marijuana, state jail amount of marijuana, 1998, and a arrest for an aggravated assault that was ultimately dismissed. I think it's still probative in this setting, that history. And in addition to the criminal history, Judge, I'd ask that the court consider the fact that this defendant allegedly committed this new offense of violation of protective order while out on bond for violation of protective order, and it involved the same victim, Judge. I think there are a lot of concerning issues here related to public safety and the safety of the victim in this case. I submit to the court that $100,000 bond on each of these cases is insufficient. I'm proposing a bond of $250,000 in this case.
Yeah.
I'd ask the court consider this.
I'm printing a couple of PCs as well. Give me just a second. I'm gonna get some stuff printed out so I can take a look at that. The PC in both of the in all of the cases. So
Mhm. Oh, yeah, you do. Great. No.
y'all stop talking.
Sorry.
Was there one more that printed or no? Okay, I see. So the one of the stalking and protective orders the same.
Yeah,
He
yes.
said.
That's right.
Mr. Parker?
Your Honor, I would like to point out that this is, he and his wife are going through a divorce and it's been nasty. Part of part of the communication or contact with her was because she wanted him to see the child and told him to come get the child. And that's why he was there. I think I can't just, and get me judged. I haven't talked to him after he bonded out, so I don't have a whole lot of information. And I just received a new case, so I'm not familiar with all the facts of the new case. So I'm limited to what I know. But a lot of what my communication with him is that he's been contacted by her, and I'm sure she was admonished by Judge Freeze or whoever that to not contact him. But he did say that was one of the reasons she has contacted him to see his child, and then she tries to use that against him, and which is common. We see this a lot of times when there's a divorce going on, and they want to use anything they can. But we're asking that. I mean, he's on there's third-degree felonies, and $100,000 is a high bond. He had some help on the first two cases. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to have that help on these cases, but we're asking to leave the bond the same. $100,000 on with other restrictions, I think is appropriate for these types of cases. If he was out and was intended to hurt her, he could have hurt her. I think, even the facts that Mr. Coleman has raised and some of the stuff is that if he was around her, he could have hurt her if he wanted to. But I think it aligns with what he is telling us that he was, even though he shouldn't have gone over there to see his child, that's more than likely what happened. So we're asking to keep the bond the same, Judge, with other monitoring restrictions.
Killed myself, City.
Right. So Mr. Cruz, if you have a protective order against you, I know what those say, and I know what the judges and the magistrates tell you about that. No one can give you permission to violate that protective order. And if you guys were just talking about a visitation of your child, I wouldn't have a probable cause that has an allegation that there was 96 text messages, 47 emails, 9 voicemails left stating that you don't care what the protective order says and that you're going to do what you want to do. In addition to pulling in the driveway, that's on February 23rd. 2 weeks later, same thing, numerous calls, and the officers locate you in your vehicle a block away from the house driving past. So it obviously, regardless of whether you have already done anything to hurt her, my job is to make sure that that doesn't happen. And I feel like you have completely disregarded the protective order that was placed on you and the rules that were placed on you down in another court. And so at this time, I'm going to grant the state's motion. I'm going to raise the bond and cause number 26 DCCR 1060, which is the last offense date of March 1st of 2026. I'm going to raise that bond to $250,000. Condition of that bond, if you make it, is that you wear a GPS monitoring device at all times and that you would be on house arrest as well. So you would not be allowed to leave your house. I am going to modify the conditions of your bond in the two other cases that you've already made bonds on. Additional bond conditions in those two cases, which is 26 DCCR 0373 and 0374, are that you have a GPS monitoring device on at all times and that you are on house arrest. You're not allowed to leave your house without my permission. All right, you can go back with the bailiff. We'll set your case for an announcement.
The bond amount stayed the same in that one?
Yes, I didn't
Okay.
change those bonds amount. I raised the last one
Okay.
and made those modifications.
Okay.
Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative and helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to support our mission of spreading legal awareness and delivering justice with truth.